is the infrastructure bill. In our area of Western Kentucky, the district that you cover in Kentucky's 1st District, there's a lot of infrastructure projects being discussed right now. Maybe most importantly, the I-69 bridge that will cross from Henderson into Indiana. As the infrastructure bill is being discussed between Republicans and Democrats, at this point, your parties have not been able to come together on something that we think could pass. What do you think it's going to take to be passed, and what do you hope it kind of does for your constituents here in Western Kentucky?
Well, first of all, to get any Republican support, the infrastructure bill is going to have to be about infrastructure, not a social Christmas wish list of non-infrastructure related items. If the bill is 100% about infrastructure and it's about the taxpayers and not having to put unnecessary Green New Deal type regulations on it, then I think it'll pass. But my #1 infrastructure priority district for all 35 counties in my congressional district is and will continue to be the I-69 bridge between Evansville and Henderson. That is the final piece in the puzzle for Interstate 69 through Kentucky, and I think that it has a realistic chance of passing in a national infrastructure bill along with the public-private partnership.
And Congressman, as we talk more about infrastructure, $621 billion has been marked in this plan currently to go towards things like roads. You've talked about the bridge. Do you think that this money could help speed up the process of the bridge? I mean, where do you think this money could go specifically for the bridge? Right now, there already is a plan and money in place to build it. Do you think it could improve that plan or maybe speed it up?
Yes, it could speed it up. You know, right now, if you did a national infrastructure bill and you focused on what are called mega projects, those are projects over $1 billion, that would take a lot of relief off the state road funds in Kentucky and Indiana to make it happen even quicker. So this is something that Congressman Bashan in Evansville and I are working very closely on together, and I think that it would be a really good deal for Kentucky and a really good deal for the American taxpayer. So infrastructure is also locks and dams along the waterways. You know, that's a huge industry in West Kentucky from Paducah all the way up through Henderson with the barge companies and all the commodities that are exported that go along the waterway system. We need to invest in our locks and dams. We also need to invest in rural broadband. These are the types of infrastructure projects that I support.
And Congressman, you've also now discussed and introduced within the Oversight Committee a proposal to kind of change the way the Postal Service works. Obviously, being in a rural area of your district, the Postal Service has been important for decades and maybe important more going in the future. What changes do you think could happen to the Postal Service, or at least that you would propose?
Well, we've got to make a lot of changes to the Postal Service. I think every American wants to see a strong, productive Postal Service that has good performance. But what we're seeing now are a lot of delays. The Postal Service is operating on a 1950s business model. It's hemorrhaging billions of dollars each year, and the performance continues to go down. So I've worked closely with the Postmaster General, with a lot of the postal employees across America, and we've come up with a bipartisan postal reform bill that I'm the co-sponsor of. And I think that we've seen it go through the House. I think it's going to not only go, it's gone through committee in the House, I think it's going to go through House on the floor, and I think the Senate's got a companion bill that will see its way to the White House and be signed into law, and this will hopefully make the performance of the post office better, so that when people order their medicine and send their Christmas cards, they'll arrive on time, and it'll save the taxpayers billions of dollars.
Congressman, do you think quickly that the Postal Service, will there be cuts made to the Postal Service under this proposal to make things more efficient, or will more money be given to that group?
Well, I think that the post office needs to be reformed from top to bottom. Postmaster DeJoy's come up with a reform plan, and we're not going to see any closures of any post offices. That's something that's very important in my rural district. We're not going to see any postal employees in my district lose their jobs or anything like that, but we're going to try to innovate the Postal Service, and we're going to try to update the technology in the Postal Service to where they can operate more like the UPSs and the FedExs of the world. Again, as I said earlier, the post office today is still operating under a 1950s business model. The growth in the Postal Service has been in package delivery. So what you've got now with the Postal Service is more focused on mail delivery, and the mail volume has gone down every year for the last 2 decades and will continue to go down. So the post office needs to reinvent itself and do that without closing our post offices that the Kentuckians need so badly.
Well, Congressman James Comer, thank you for the time spending with us this Tuesday.
Thanks for having me on.